Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm John Peters. I'm a therapist who's been in practice with thousands of patients over the last 25 years. And this video is about an interesting phenomenon that I notice when patients schedule an appointment and it seems to magically start to help them even before the appointment happened. So I'm going to talk about what I learned from that and how you can hack your brain and use that to your benefit. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's an interesting thing that I've noticed over the years with many patients. Sometimes somebody will schedule their first appointment. I've never seen them before. And then when they show up at the appointment and they're telling me about why they're coming to see me and how I can be helpful to them, they tell me that on the day that they scheduled the appointment, they instantly started magically feeling some relief from the issues that were the reasons that they made the appointment. And this has happened many times. And so, the reason that I think this happens is that when we have chronic unresolved stress in our life, so we've got some issue or set of issues that's really intruding on our daily attention and it's a burden. One of the reasons that is stressful is not only is the issue inherently stressful, but the fact that it's unresolved starts to wear us out. And that's part of the reason that the stress loads up from unresolved chronic issues. It's part of the motivation that causes people eventually to seek a higher level of support, like calling a therapist and starting therapy. But interestingly, I have thought about why that scheduling of the appointment should magically start to cause the relief and how we can exploit this to our benefit and how you can in your life too. Obviously, I'm not just saying schedule an appointment and have that be the fix, because therapy serves a purpose and issues have fundamental substance and we have to address those things. But I am saying this. I think the reason that scheduling an appointment causes some significant preliminary relief is because our brains like to have boundaries around things. So for example, we just got through the holidays. So many people I talked to had all sorts of family stress over the holidays and grief and things like that. And now I'm making this video today on January 5th. So I'm on the other side in time from, whatever holiday celebrations people might have been doing. And because I'm on January 5th, as soon as we get to like the new year, especially, all of the holiday crap starts to subside. And why does it? Because now we're on the other side of it. We're away from it in time, right? So part of what happens when people schedule a therapy session and then they're relieved, even before the session happens, is that the brain says, this thing was stretching out all the way to the horizon. There was no boundary. There was no place where I could get away from it and really be away. So it was just pervading my general experience. But now that I say, oh, next Thursday at 4, I'm going to talk to John, the therapist, your brain says, wait, I have a place to put that now. I'm gonna situate it in mental time space next Thursday at 4 for an hour. And because I'm here on, Friday, but the Friday before that, that means I'm not there in that hour yet. So I'm going to place the eggs in that basket of that hour and I'm going to give myself some relief. I think that's exactly why this happens. And this is part of what I teach people about why chronic stress loads up so much stress on us and why it's so important to develop ways to get moments of relief so that it's not just pervasive and unrelenting and stretching all the way out to the horizon. So that's why I made the video about concrete thinking. I'll put a link up here if you want to take a look at that. But, distraction is a good strategy in general, but it has to be sufficient distraction, which is why the concrete thinking method is so powerful. But back to this issue, situating things in time is a way to lower stress. And even though it doesn't deal with the fundamental substance of the issue, which obviously is likely to be important in lots of situations, it is important to not just be overwhelmed and more miserable than you have to be about any particular thing. So you can hack this and on the practical level, use this to your benefit by scheduling time for things. So if you've got some issue that keeps popping into your head that you're worrying about at times when you don't really want to be worrying about it, or it's getting in the way of like work or something, just schedule a time to give yourself space to worry about it, you know? And so if you say, okay, this thing keeps popping in my head and it's really bothering me, tonight when I get home from work and I get done with after work chores, I'm going to sit down at 7:30 and give myself 15 or 20 minutes just to fret about this issue. So your brain then says, okay, this evening at 7:30, there's going to be this 20-minute period and that's where we can put it. And does this work 100% of the time to the same degree? Probably not. But I've suggested this to people, and I have had people practice and experiment with it and report back that it does often provide some measure of relief, right? And again, it doesn't take care of 100% of the stress around the issue, but even if it takes care of 10%, it's so easy to do. Why not try it, right? So scheduling a time later in the day or later in the week to say, okay, that's where I'm going to sit and fret about whatever this is, often that will go ahead and give you a little bit of relief. So you might play with this technique yourself and just see how it works for you. And feel very free to leave comments below because I really enjoy feedback that people leave about the content of the channel. If you like these videos, hit the like button and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you want to be apprised of upcoming videos that I'm going to publish in the future. All right. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you in a future video.